I could mute myself, but I'm not going to. And then she
And
mutes.
immediately mutes
He's
herself.
gone.
Okay, I discovered what was going wrong. Yeah, we're live now.
I'm typing out.
Hi.
I'm typing out.
Hi everyone.
Sorry, guys. I had to talk to my mom, who I love way more than any of you guys because she's the best. Shout out to my mom. She's awesome.
Shout out to Storage Mom.
Hashtag
Yeah.
So
Can't do that. Trying to make characters.
I love my mom.
We have very good D&D players.
Yeah. Definitely did not forget to hit the save button.
I'm literally typing a character sheet into Google Docs as we speak.
Everyone is 100% ready.
Yep,
So we're
some
gonna
less than
start.
others.
We're gonna start. Okay.
Mhm.
I forgot that was your character. I mean, your profile picture. We are going to start our story, not in a village or in a castle. We're trading the traditional, like, far away for a summer's evening on Long Island, New York, everyone's favorite place. The wind is howling and the sun continues to set lower and lower against the Long Island Sound, which is the really gross, shitty river that they have in Long Island. It's a little cloudy, but you can still see like vibrant bursts of red and yellow and some blues that kind of watercolored across the sky. It's colder than usual, but after like many hot and like humid days, this night is very, very welcome. Carefully hidden away from the harsh, prying eyes of the mortal world, we find ourselves passing fields of strawberry bushes, past a large wooden house that seems to have been painted blue some number of years ago, at the center of Camp Half-Blood, home to many a hero, magical creature, and most importantly, our heroes. The very epicenter of the camp holds 12 cabins, 4 on each side, and 2 kind of in the center, paying homage with like very lovingly made and like strenuously decorated intricate details, paying homage to like its corresponding god. You've had your dinner, prepared by the satyrs. You've visited the amphitheater, had a nightly sing-along. Those who wished to do so have made offerings to their godly parents. It's about 10 p.m. You're all on the older side of campers, so you're still awake. But as you walk into your cabins or prepare to stay awake past curfew, you can see the younger campers already like fast asleep, tucked into their bunks. A few being watched over by their satyrs who sleep kind of beside their bed with their legs tucked under them. So we're gonna begin in a building that is made of sort of this beautiful walnut dark wood. There are images of bears and wolves and hunting dogs surrounded by like blooming flora that is intricately carved on the outside, and then the number 8 nailed up onto the very top. Inside is just as beautiful, a little bit higher quality than the typical cabin since there are only like 8 single person beds inside. It is empty here, except for one person. Alex, you haven't been here for super long. You only kind of stop by every now and then. As you begin to kind of wind down, what are you doing as you enter the cabin of Artemis?
I trip on the doorstep and, oh, brother, I've tripped. Is that what great people say?
That is incredible.
Oh, Paul Dash, I can't believe I've done this.
I've heard enough. Great job. That was incredible.
Very impressive.
So what are like some of Alex's nightly rituals? Does she like pray to Artemis? Does she hate being here? What are some things that our girl does?
I probably hate being here. I'm assuming our hunters don't stay at the camp full time. I'm assuming Alex is here because she was on a mission or whatever for Artemis to hunt out some monster, and she stopped off here overnight. So she's like, ugh, these stupid campers, I hate all these demigods.
Incredible. Totally valid reaction. I just fucking closed my thing. Give me 1 second. Awesome. Okay. So you're able to kind of find, like, you have a very strenuous job. You're a hunter, but you're built for it. You know, you have lived many, many years you're like far older than the oldest camper. But you know, your back's a little sore, your hands hurt, they're very like calloused. Thankfully you get to come and sleep in like the nicest cabin. It's very high quality. It's a little dusty because no one really stays here, but you're able to kind of relax and get the weight off your shoulder and put your weapons down and just kind of like have like a surprisingly calm night compared to what you're usually doing. And as you kind of get into bed and you brush your hair, you get ready, we're gonna move over to a cabin that's kind of the stark opposite of the Artemis cabin. You know, right next door, cabin 10, gorgeous white wood with very like painterly blues and pink strokes, making a very rough, but like, you know, pretty pearlescent pattern. There are a few glass wind chimes outside, but inside isn't that special. As clean as it is, you can only make a cabin that is used all year round, but it does smell really good. You know, there's a shelf full of like makeup bags and skincare. In the other corner, there's one of those like clothing racks you get at stores that one of the older kids had stolen from the arts and crafts area that just hasn't been put back yet. Selena Beauregard, the head counselor, is kind of just sitting in front of her mirror, brushing her hair. And you know, the Aphrodite cabin goes to sleep a little early. You know, we're very concerned about our beauty sleep over here. Asterix, do you want to tell us what Calidora does as she enters the cabin and gets ready for bed?
Right after she enters, she like takes like an hour-long shower, trying to brush out her hair while she's in there. And after, she gets dressed in Hatsune Miku pajama pants with this Mean Girls t-shirt.
Incredible.
Peak style right here. Before doing face masks with some of the other Aphrodite kids.
Absolutely. The Aphrodite cabin is, you're all so close. There's not a lot of you, but you're all super hot. Like you all share makeup, you share hair dye, you especially, like, you pay one of the satyrs like $20 every day that you like manage to get, so that he can sneak you in some blue hair dye. Yeah, so you're able to just have like this very fun night. Selena is kind of helping you brush out your hair because you have a little bit of a hard time with it. And then you are also able to kind of wind down. It sucks, it's gross at camp, it's hot, you get sweaty, like all that nasty stuff, but finally you're able to lay down on your satin pillowcase that you got from H&M and tuck into this really uncomfortable bed, and you're able to, you know, kind of fall asleep. Now we're going to move across the field, passing the bonfire in the center to the loudest, rowdiest, admittedly messiest cabin in the whole camp. It is still beautiful. Acacia wood with like carved lines that converge and split, like very confusing highways. But there's also like a few shoddy kids scribblings on the outside. The Hermes cabin is home to many, many of our campers. And not necessarily because Hermes is like wilding out in the mortal world, but because everyone is welcome here, whether or not they are a Hermes kid. So as we enter, we see the head counselor, Lou Castellan, son of Hermes. He's cleaning up a little bit, you know, putting toys and crafts that the younger campers had brought in away in their like respective containers. We also see Odysseus, Nico, and Apate. I mean, really any one of you can start us off, but why don't we start with Odysseus?
Of course. So every single day for Odysseus at this camp, a lot of the other cabins would say it's too much. Too much. Always just like he's doing too much. Like nearly every hour of his free time is spent training, sparring, or something else to refine how he fights and just his general skill with his sword.
Mm-hmm.
And every single day, he works up one hell of a fucking sweat. So every time before he goes to bed, because he's like, they're going to be bitching at me every 5 seconds, he hits the showers, gets himself cleaned up, comes back in, his hair wet but straight, kind of falling down past his shoulders, and just kind of, he doesn't really have friends, really. I'd say Luke is the only one who he could really consider a friend, because those two often are the ones sparring, as he's slowly begun to outclass most of the other members of the Hermes cabin general sword skills and strength. So he kind of gives Luke like a nod, heads over to his little bunk, and just, since there's no other bunkmate, despite how crowded this cabin is, he just kind of lays down, just kind of keeps a watch over the rest of the cabin, because his brain is still too active. His body, while sore, is not tired enough to sleep yet.
Great. Who wants to go next? We have Apate, and Nico.
I'd like to go, actually.
Awesome. Go ahead.
Be free. Go.
On the complete opposite scale in comparison to Odysseus, Nico is probably, well, Odysseus like is the one in the cabin, like people say he does too much. Nico is the complete opposite, that he doesn't do anything all day. Nico has spent the entire day doing absolutely nothing, just staying alone and refusing to do any activities. Because of how late it is, he is the last one to even enter the cabin, with nothing but a cup of water and a piece of bread, that he enters. Like the bread is slowly burning into like the fire that is his head, and then he gets close to his bed. He just throws the water on top of his head so the flames go out, and he goes into it. Then he just lays down.
Oh wow, that is so good. Incredible. Storage. Go ahead. Finish us off.
All right. Save the best for last, yeah?
For sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so she's wearing light makeup, so her first step is to go to the bathroom and do her intensive care routine, which is to say she pulls out a bar of soap, and rubs it on her face, and then uses water, and then she forgot her towel, so she just walks out with her face wet and calls it a day. She's gonna look at Odysseus and Nico, who are both stand out for very different reasons, and raise. Well, hello. Did you guys hear that?
Yeah,
No.
that was my dog. My bad.
Oh, I was not.
Okay.
Damn.
I was just making sure I didn't go insane.
Well, motherfucker likes to bark.
Yeah, it seems so. She has like 2 little braids in her hair, and she's gonna take out, and then she's gonna stare into the mirror for like 2 solid minutes, saying nothing.
Very contemplative.
Yeah. What is she contemplating? Who knows? I know. She knows, but you don't know. You'll probably never know. No one ever knows.
hilarious.
Great.
It's actually not fucking funny. She's serious.
Ooh.
She's
At least he is.
she's not looking in the mirror. She's gazing into the mirror.
Oh,
She's
great.
glaring into the mirror. She's looking herself in the eyes, and she is not laughing.
You fucking hear from from the cabin, like the other people, like you just hear Nico, "Hey, can you stop that? You're freaking everyone out."
I pull out my book of poetry and I say, art disturbs the comfortable and comforts the disturbed. And then
Well, I'm very comfortable right now. So could you stop?
Odysseus is watching all this with a smile on his face.
I'm gonna pull up. Does anyone? Sorry. Sorry, guys.
Hello.
It just came out. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
Okay. Does anyone in the I don't have a dagger on me, but does anyone in near my vicinity have some sort of knife? I feel like they would.
No.
They don't?
No. It's time for bed.
You don't sleep with knives? None of you sleep with knives?
Most of the kids here are 13 or younger.
Odysseus, do you have a knife? Sword? Do you have something on you? I'm asking him. He's not fucking saying anything?
Is he asking Odysseus? Is she asking Odysseus?
Yeah, Odysseus, do you have a knife? I can borrow real quick. I'll give it back to you in
Unless,
like a second.
the camp wouldn't let him keep his sword. He'd keep his sword with him, but he's not, like, sleeping with it. It's, like, leaned up against one of the bunk posts.
Okay, great. Can I take his sword real quick?
I'm gonna ask you to make some sort of check for that. There's no...
No, I'm gonna have to make a
think
check
the
anyway, because my plan is to throw it at his frickin', lodge it in the wall above his bunk, above Nico's bunk.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Awesome.
So Matrix, what kind of check would you say that
Don't
Odysseus would make?
Give me an athletics check to try to. This is a camp cabin. It's not big. There's a lot of people here. Yeah, go ahead and give me an athletics check.
Athletics,
contested?
-1. Sounds good.
So
Is
Nico
this
goes like, "You're
contested?
freaking everyone out," and then she like runs across the room, grabs the sword, runs back. And throws the sword at her.
Well, I don't think is that easy pretty far? Well, whatever, I'll do I'll do that. Life's been worse.
It could have been worse, but it's not good. So you go to
Most things
throw
aren't.
it, and like it is like a hair, because I would imagine Nico sleeps on like the lower bunk, so there is someone sleeping above him, and it's a bunk bed, so there's like a small gap in between the very bottom of the bed and the bar that's supposed to keep people from rolling off of the top bunk, and it is probably like a hair away from managing to lodge itself between those two spaces. And Luke Castellan jumps in and he grabs the hilt of the sword, and he just kind of looks at you and he sighs.
He was provoking me.
Go to bed. And he walks over and
Nico has a very annoying laugh.
oh
Oh god.
I'm turning the lights off.
Can I
The lights are off. Go to bed.
Can I dab up the person above
No.
Nico?
They're asleep. You almost stabbed a sleeping person.
It happens. It
With
happens.
my fucking sword.
Hey, we're cool. We're cool. Cool. I shrugged because I actually knew I was terrible with throwing swords, given that I've never thrown a sword before. And I was just figuring the worst that happens is Nico died, and that seemed like a pretty good deal to me.
I'm literally right here.
I go to bed.
Luke goes over and he turns the lights off and he goes and he gets in his bunk.
I pull out a
Odysseus
stuffed animal.
Does, like,
Go to bed.
get his
kidding.
fucking sword. Get his fucking sword back.
Like, peels out of the
Shit
wall.
in the fucking bunk.
Yeah, Luke would have like handed it back. He's like, "Can you just like they're weird, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, if we could like not have weapons in the cabin, that'd be great.
I'm thinking about getting rope and just kind of tying it to the bunk post.
Yeah, that might be a good idea. All right, good night. I'm going to bed."
So Odysseus turns over, but he's like, that was the most embarrassing thing for her. I'm gonna torture her over that.
You're gonna what?
Super
What?
embarrassing.
Can you stop whispering? I want to sleep.
Pete wakes up in a
Wait, does
saw
he
trap
say that to
tomorrow.
himself? He's like, I'm gonna torture her over that.
And then tomorrow you're gonna wake up in a saw trap.
Oh my
I,
God.
I hear Odysseus. I like slightly
There's
turn
a
my
key
head.
behind your eye.
There's a Pete. There's a big bear trap on your head. You have to get it off before you die.
That's a good
No,
There's a key
he's a
behind your
Poseidon
eye.
kid.
You
It
have
has
to
to
get
do
out
with
yourself.
drowning.
Oh, so true.
It's just like the Chinese wild torture.
Does he know
No.
that yet?
It's like you know the Houdini thing where it's like he's like chained inside of just a big tank and it's slowly filling up and he has to get out.
You have to cut off both your hands, then I'll let you out.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
What was? I'm
So-
sorry. I'm still stuck over that. That was embarrassing for her. I'm gonna torture her later.
Okay. It's late. Everyone is tired. Some of us are feeling secondhand embarrassment. Some of us aren't. But the night is peaceful, and you end up sleeping. For many of you, sleep has always been hard. Whether you're plagued by nightmares, creeping shadows, and ominous figures. Some of you just don't really like the quality of the beds. But tonight is a little different because every single one of you wake up to this searing, blinding light. It's not the same as like, oh, someone opened the curtains while I was sleeping and now the sun's in my face. It's like you woke up and you were in front of the sun. You have to like bring your hands up in front of your eyes so that your corneas don't like literally just singe off. And it is weird here. You're all here at the same time, but you simultaneously take up both the same and completely different spaces. From all of your perspectives, you're in the very center of this room, and all around you is white, but directly in front of you is light, especially bright. You blink a few times, and finally the fucking like light that burned your corneas starts to die down a little bit, and your vision clears up. I want everyone to give me a perception check with disadvantage as you take a look around.
Oh.
Sick.
Shit.
I can absolutely do that.
So,
let me open
I can also.
something bad.
Have you not written it down yet?
No, it's just.
Oh, well.
Come on.
Let me see if it's worse. No, it's not worse.
It's
God
a
damn it.
-2.
Okay, we good.
I
Percent.
did this
Oh,
character sheet.
it's just a straight
It's just my
D20.
perception's a -2.
Nice.
I rolled a 5 and a natural 20, so
It's with
I'm mad.
disadvantage.
Oh,
Bro.
disadvantage. Oh, sorry.
Roll again.
Sorry.
Yeah, and I also
Wow,
like
that's
how
a
we're all
3.
rolling different fucking dice chats.
Crow, I just got an ad on the stream. Does that mean we're getting money?
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, you. It's like half of half a cent.
Okay, well I'll be expecting my 1/20th of a cent
Mm-hmm.
later.
All right. So, okay, the
Wait,
highest roll.
guys, I just had an idea. What if we could just print money by streaming and then getting like a lot of people to watch the stream?
Okay.
I think
Yeah,
that's
because that's very
called
easy.
streaming.
Why
Well,
didn't
I
we
meant
freaking-
like if all of us get our computers and our phones and like put them on the stream, that's like 20 people watching the stream.
So that's like 10 senses.
That's like a cent every like 10 minutes or something. Then
Okay.
That sounds
we can literally print free money.
that's really generous already. Like, you're really
So-
overestimating how much we get from YouTube.
Not the best rolls, guys. So did anyone get 12 or higher?
That would be a page.
No.
She got like a 12.
Okay, a pig got 12. No
Is
one
it
else
up
got
here?
any
No
higher
one else got
than
any.
Nope, I got a 3.
I got a
five.
3.
12. Okay.
Can I make up for
Great.
my? Can whatever you do, please help me make up for my embarrassment.
Hey. So you are able to kind of shrug it off the fastest. You know, you're super resilient.
Yeah,
hell
yeah, I am.
You're really edgy, so sometimes you look at the sun just to like feel the burn. So like your eyes are pretty fucked up anyways. You look around and you can see on either side of you there's 2 figures. But you do recognize Nico and this girl that you see sometimes. Her name's Calidora. She's like an Aphrodite kid, whatever. But you can't really recognize the other 2 figures. And in front of you is just this like towering figure. It's pretty genderless. You can't really make it out. But it is made of like pure light. And all of you can hear it begin to speak. She goes, "Can you hear me? Chiron is out of my reach. You need to tell him that we're..." And the voice, she begins to like frantically cough, and for a moment the light goes pitch black, like someone just flipped a light switch, and this painfully loud static hissing assaults your ears, and I want everyone to give me a constitution check.
Hey,
Decker save.
Same.
Oh, shit.
My bad.
con save.
I don't
I'm good
better.
at that.
I'm also good at that, I
Um,
think.
I'm decidedly less good at that.
The plus.
I got a 9.
That's
Good
an
at that.
11.
No, I'm okay at it.
Okay. All right.
No me mucho, por favor. Wait, I'm in the wrong place. I'm
I
feeling
might
left out,
need
so
to
I'm
change
gonna
the
move.
layout for the stream because Matrix is covering the roles.
No!
Yeah, the little little
19.
matrix thing, the bottom left.
So everyone made the save except for Calidora. That's my bad. You take 4 psychic damage as your eardrums, like they feel like they're like an inch from rupturing before the light flickers back and the space is back to white. Though it is far dimmer than before. Now all of you can look at the figure in front of you and all around you and realize that laying, writhing on the ground are about 8 other figures made of like pure light. The main one is still standing, though their figure is much, much smaller than before. And by that, I mean like fundamentally smaller. They were about 15 to 20 feet tall, and now they're just barely over 6 foot. So even more so, because they're like hunched over, And now that the light is dimmer, you can actually look ahead of you without having to cover your eyes. They look up at you, and even though they have like a complete, kind of like a mannequin, just like a completely featureless face, you can feel an overwhelming sense of like panic. And your heart beats faster, and you can feel yourself opening your mouth, chasing your breath, and they begin to speak again. Please forgive me for scaring you, young hero. And she kind of leans forward, and her glow increases. The feeling you get from this figure is like very motherly, like someone pushing your hair out of your face and placing your forehead on yours.
Is
And for a
she
moment,
talking to one of us or like
No.
all of us?
this is happening to all of you at the same time.
Okay.
And for a moment you can like feel a sense of relief. And she begins to speak. When you wake, things will be very different. But remember that nothing can be changed if it is not challenged. And you have the puissance to save us, and you will not be alone. And as she tries to speak again, her visage begins to flicker on and off, and she hides that feeling of panic again so that you don't have to feel it. And she approaches you, handing you what seems to be like a string. And she begins to talk again. Take this. You will need it. Okay, now wake up. And she presses her hand to the top of your head. And I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this, but that was a good few minutes of an experience. But when you wake up, it feels like you've been sleeping for like 2 minutes. I'd say we can start with Calidora. Calidora, as you wake up, all of the kids in your cabin are like surrounding your bed. Selena is kneeling down beside you as everyone stands around, clearly having been disturbed by something. She's in the middle of yelling at someone. She goes, "Forget the damn slippers and go get Chiron." And she turns to you, and she realizes that you're awake. And you can see like the look of panic on her face, like it subsides a little bit. And she goes, "Dora, are you okay?"
Something fucking creepy happened.
Yeah, I can fucking tell. We're gonna go over Nico, Odysseus, and Apate. You all wake up to kind of the same thing. Apate, you wake up and see Luke looking at you, and he goes, "Okay, she's awake. Apate, are you all right?"
Jesus, I kind of thought this kind of thing wouldn't really happen to me. I think we get Chiron.
Get Chiron. And for the boys, you guys hear the same thing. An older camper is sitting beside you just to make sure you're awake, and they announce it as you open your eyes just to let Luke know. You can actually see and like hear that a few of the younger campers are really confused, and like some of them are like tearing up. One of them's crying because you guys are unaware of it, but there is this like super intense confusion in this situation. Alex, you wake up alone, and it's kind of sickening. You know, you're used to being alone, you hunt alone, and you're content with it. But tonight, it just kind of really sucks, you know? Alex, what do you do as you get up? Outside, you can hear like commotion and shouting, and just like the faintest sound of some kid crying.
I'm gonna grab my bow and arrows and like step outside.
Okay. It is cold. like the night it wasn't super cold when you went to bed. It's you know, you're pretty akin to having to like depend on the stars. You don't really have a phone or a watch or anything to tell you what time it is. You've only been asleep for maybe an hour or two. You step outside and you can see. One second. Yeah. So you step outside with your bow in hand, and the three of you in the Apollo in the Hermes cabin, and Calidor, you're all kind of ushered. Like they make sure that you're okay, that you can stand up, that you can walk, and they kind of usher you out of your cabins. And now everyone is in kind of this central courtyard place by the bonfire, gathered outside of their cabins. Some kids are like gripping their weapons because they don't know what's happening, like why everyone is so scared. Others have blankets wrapped around them, but you all see Chiron, the activities director. He's like very tall and muscular centaur with like a clean white horse hat, and he's just wearing what looks like a deep blue satin robe around his upper half. And you can see more in the distance, Mr. D is running in his slippers, and like as one of the satyrs runs beside him and hands him a robe to put on because he just woke up, and he's like in his boxers and like a wife beater, which fucking no one wants to see. Like Alex, even in this moment of what the fuck just happened to me, you're like, ew, you know, just like, oh.
I hate that bitch.
Yeah, you really do. And this, seeing him like that didn't fucking help, you know? Chiron approaches. Damn, that was a voice crack. Chiron approaches and he looks around, taking a deep breath, and he goes, Luke, Selena, what happened? And Luke kind of clears his throat. We were all sleeping, and it was like someone turned the lights on. When I woke up, Apate, Odysseus, and Nico's eyes, they were glowing. Same here. Selena kind of just confirms that was what happened. Chiron looks at you guys now. Not looking at you, Alex, but instead of like at the four of you. What happened?
I saw a woman.
The person asking for help. We have a string.
She said she said she couldn't reach Chiron. She couldn't reach you.
Yeah, like a being, like some being of light or something. Weren't there like 8 of them?
Yeah, well, it had to do with you though. Yeah, I wanted to talk with you.
Okay.
She was kind.
That's reassuring. Everyone go back to their cabins. And he kind of like ushers to everyone else. And there is a moment of like hesitation, but everyone here trusts Chiron, so they just kind of begin to funnel back into their cabins.
Finally, I want to go to bed again.
You all are. Just follow me.
Oh, come on.
And he takes you guys to the main house, like the big blue house that sits there where Chiron and Mr. D stay. This house is like, usually you only go here if like you're getting picked up early, like outside of the seasons, or if you've really fucked up, and only some of you have done that, you know? So Dionysus, Mr. D, is already in the living room, sitting down in his robe, drinking a Diet Coke. And he like motions, there's like a bunch of couches in the living room, and he kind of motions to them. Go ahead, take a seat. And as you all do, he talks more to Chiron than you guys. He goes, well, the boundary is intact. So they didn't mess up anything too important, as far as we know. And he pulls out, like, it was nowhere around him. He pulls out this piece of paper from, like, his pocket, and he goes, all right, just some typical questions. Have you at any point made a deal with a demon, ghost, spirit, nymph, blah blah blah, deity and or god?
Nah.
Odysseus rolls
Yes.
his eyes.
Oh?
I'm
No.
fairly certain I haven't.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
of course. That's kind of in the job description. We've all made a deal with Artemis.
Okay. In the last month, have you fatally wounded a fellow camper or otherwise that would cause them to become a demon, ghost, or undead creature of other natures?
Does my dog
See,
count?
like, Odysseus kind of, like, looks up at the
Does
ceiling,
your
thinking.
dog count?
Yeah.
I don't know. No. We'll go with no.
Then no.
I don't think I have either, unless one
Has your
skipper is
dog?
fucking
Did your
lying.
dog kill someone?
I don't know. He just walks. He just walks around. I don't know what he does.
Okay. All right. In the last month, have you felt the urge to hurt those around you, or your? And like as he's asking that question, he gets
Odysseus.
cut off by Chiron.
Oh.
Odysseus and Nico look at each other.
he gets cut off by Chiron. He goes, "All right, thank you, Mr. D, but given the circumstances, I think we can hold off of those questions for another time." And he clears his throat. Okay, is there anything else that I or Mr. D need to know?
I don't think so. I mean, we told you everything we knew about the vision or whatever it was.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't feel like a malicious haunting. You know, those questions felt like someone would be getting vengeance or something for something that we did, but she was kind.
Yeah. My
She was
first
trying
idea
not
was
to
the
get out.
sun guy because, it's big blinding light. That's kind of his thing. That or
The sun guy.
Do you mean Halos or Apollo?
Oh?
names carry power. Dude, did none of you realize this?
Hmm?
I mean,
Okay,
they can
well,
hear me.
Oh,
I don't
Helios is
care.
going to come here and fucking punish us.
Yeah, I'm
Just
not
might
saying
show
anything
up.
insulting.
I'm
Okay.
already here.
I
Okay,
say
okay.
a quick prayer apology to Apollo and Helios.
This might
They're
go down.
rad as hell.
Chiron speaks again. He kind of watches you guys banter for a bit before he talks, and he goes, "Okay, if this is what I believe it is, what I recognize it as, a call to action on the behalf of some kind, powerful deity, you will convene with the Oracle tomorrow. But for now, I think it is best if you all return to your cabins and rest, unless there is something else you want to talk about."
Well, there might be one other thing I don't think we told you about, but she said she can't reach you, that she's been cut off. Like, you specifically, she name dropped you. So, I think it's the
I'm
one thing we
very-
didn't tell you. We forgot
Name
to.
dropped.
So,
I'm very old. I know many people. I can't say that as of now I know precisely who you speak of. But thank you for telling me. That is something that I will keep in mind.
you're welcome.
Okay. You can all head back if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna go try to get some sleep, but with these two here, I imagine that'll still be very difficult. He walks out.
I shrug and walk away.
Awesome.
I do the same.
I give Mr. D a stink eye and I leave.
He gives you
Do a hair flip and turn around and walk out.
Oh, period. Okay. As you all begin to like file out of the building, first of all, it causes most of you to kind of like scurry back on the porch as you see Manic, Nico's feral quote unquote pet hellhound. Nico, usually Manic doesn't really hesitate to approach you. But and he doesn't walk, he stalks. You know, like he's always like low to the ground, like super fucking menacing.
Mm-hmm.
But as he goes forward, you can see that once he gets within like maybe 10 feet of you, his ears like fold back and pin to the top of his head, and he whimpers, and that is the first time you have ever seen Manic do anything other than try to bite people. And Nico, you feel something in your pocket.
Oh shit. Nico looks in his pocket.
You reach inside and you find the string.
A gun.
Yeah, a gun.
Oh my god.
The Glock of Olympus!
Oh my god.
Black thief.
Just immediately turns it on Odysseus.
Yeah, you reach in and you pull out the string that you had been given in the dream state, whatever. And as you touch it, it begins to glow super fucking bright. And the rest of you notice that like in your pockets or in your hand, if you don't have pockets, it's almost like you almost left your phone in your pocket with a flashlight on, and like one by one each of you reach in and pull out matching strings.
What the fuck?
What the fuck is this?
Friendship bracelets. Sweet.
That's
I
definitely
don't
not
think
it.
the bracelet.
You know, I always expected I'd get one of these. I think I know what this is. Well, not the string, but what it means. Why the fuck in the middle of the night?
Is this one of those strings
I
that
wanna
if we cut the strings we die or something?
I don't think so.
I don't know. Cut it and test it
I
out.
dare you to try it.
I mean, here, like Odysseus like brought his sword with him, and he's like, here, toss it up, and check.
I'm gonna check. I'm gonna immediately check. You know, worst case scenario, I'm just going to see my dad.
Oh lord. Okay, so you're trying to cut this?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
with
like-
Odysseus' sword also.
You're convinced that this is your
Okay.
like string of life and you're gonna cut it?
Yep.
I mean, yeah.
I'm just making sure. I'm just making sure.
I'm Hades' kid. I'm gonna try it.
Awesome.
I'm gonna
great.
try just a little bit, just the tip of it.
Okay. Just the tip. All right, I got you.
Circumcision.
You go and I guess what do? You put it on the ground? Are you holding it in your hand?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, you hold it in your hand and you try to like just carve through it, and like these are sharp swords. Like these swords are fucking deadly, you know? Like you go to cut it. Give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Okay. Wait a second. We gotta test this out.
Just
We
him
gotta
or
check.
anyone else?
Dexterity.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're okay at that. You're good at that.
I got I got a 0 on that.
Oh.
It's a 14.
Okay. That's good. Not good enough. You
Shit.
take 5 damage. Radiant damage. As you go to cut it, and it just kind of like, almost like you're holding a sparkler, and you didn't let it go, so you kind of like drop it, and it stops fucking sparking. Not the best idea to try to cut these.
I don't think it liked that.
Ouch.
Do not cut.
Yeah, don't cut
I
it.
pull out a notebook and write, "Do not cut."
Don't
in
cut
it.
the golden
Okay.
string or something.
Well, at least the obvious is now out of the way.
Exactly.
Let's
And
sleep
then-
because I'm fucking tired.
Fucking finally.
How am I supposed to
Odysseus
get my
puts
8
his
hours
sword
of sleep?
back in its sheath, which he finds really weird.
Oh yeah, no,
Because
I also want to make
somehow-
sure that after I try it, I want to throw this sword into the ground. If there's mud anywhere, in the mud.
Okay. I guess there's no mud. It's the middle of the summer. It hasn't rained.
Yeah, no
It's
problem.
definitely rooted
I
to
just
the ground.
toss it over my shoulder, like.
Oh, okay. I want everyone else to give me dexterity checks because all of them are behind you on the torch.
Can I
No!
make
I have a
can my
negative
check
dexterity.
instead be of trying to grab the fucking sword?
Yeah, go ahead. Give me
Dexterity check or dexterity save?
Dexterity save. Give me a sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. I think
Give me a
that's
sleight of hand Odysseus, to try to catch it before it gets hit.
okay. Sleight of hand.
8,
Oh yeah, that's a +2. That's a 12. Gotcha.
12.
I
Okay.
have an 8 in dexterity.
So not cool.
Incredible. We'll say, okay, Calidora, you like this is the least amount of sleep you've had in probably like your entire time here. So you're like simultaneously exhausted and also wide awake, and you're like, I just got my fucking hair done. I just did my nails. I just did that. I just did this, and he's throwing a sword at me, and you like fucking like Cobra Kai like jump off of the porch and onto the ground without messing up your manicure. Perfect. Like you stick the landing, girl. Odysseus, you're able to kind of like catch it. You like almost cut yourself, but you do manage to catch it before it can hit anyone else.
Okay. Next time, Nico, at least fucking look before you throw it.
I like didn't at all move, and it totally would have hit me if he didn't catch it. I just like blinked slowly.
I can't hear you. I'm too far away. I
Okay,
entered the.
I don't
I
think
entered the.
anyone-
Oh wait, no. I go grab another cup of water. So I can throw over my flames, and then I get into the cabin and go sleep.
Okay,
Odysseus
so
sheathes the sword, goes over, lays down.
you guys are on your way back to your cabins. I'd say Nico, you're on your way to go get water from the kitchen, and you guys hear it sounds like a guy, but you hear someone scream.
Oh god damn it, Manic.
To bed.
Just fucking sheath this thing!
I walk to the
Back
cabin,
out.
I tuck myself in, and I go to bed.
Incredible.
She just ignores it.
Yeah, you hear someone scream, and I'd say, Alex, you're probably the closest. You can tell that it's coming from like the arts and crafts. It's not arts and crafts. It's kind of like the art center, where a lot of like the Apollo kids hang out.
Mm-hmm. Can I also go check it if Alex
Yeah.
is over?
Yeah, Odysseus is
yeah.
absolutely going.
In Nico's reasoning, god damn it. I can only keep the dog with me for so long. If this continues to happen, they're going to kick him out, or me out, or both of us out.
Yeah,
There have
fully.
been fingers lost over the 2 years he's been here.
Fingers lost. The dog started 3 wildfires. It's a fire dog.
It's a hellhound, yes. Whoever wants to go, yeah, so you can go to the Arts and Crafts Center. It's not like a building, it's more of like a roof with some pillars. And you can see like the older Apollo kids you recognize most of them. There's only like 3 people here, all of which are panicking. Like they're freaking out. One of them sees you guys approaching, and Odysseus, one of them grabs over and goes over and like grabs you by the arm, and he kind of he's not like super strong, but he does drag you over to kind of the center of this building, and he grabs your shoulders and he makes you face forward and look at this like really big painting, and he goes, "Look at this painting. What does it mean to you?" And if anyone wants to give me an Arcana check, go ahead and do that.
I'm good at that.
Okay,
Arcana
I'm not too bad at that.
Pretty sure.
A paint is, I'm pretty sure a paint has like a proficiency in that.
I'm pretty sure. I
Yeah, but I went to bed.
16.
Exactly.
I guess Odysseus, like he doesn't even pay attention to it. He
13.
he just looks back at the kid and says, "Hey, next time you want to grab me by the arm while I'm in alert mode, you're gonna lose your fucking arm." Okay?
Yeah. So
have we learned?
So Nico and Calidora, you guys have always had, you know, a certain level of influence on the mist, but right now you're able to see not only past it but into it. And there is a wire or like some kind of vein or vine or
a string.
something weird surrounding everyone here except for like the 5 of you that were the 5 of you that were just at the big house. It kind of like flickers and glitches out. Not like, you know how like Vanellope von Schweetz kind of like glitches? It's very similar to that. It's very like computer like almost. And Odysseus, this painting that you've been put in front of is huge. It's like 30 by 40 inches, and it's beautiful. You know, it's like it's nothing less of what you would expect from an Apollo kid. It's this like emotional, very tragic painting of an angel falling from the sky and like screaming, but he looks, the boy who you can just kind of guess painted it, he looks nervous, and he goes, "I worked on this for weeks and it means nothing. Don't you see?" And one of the girls kind of puts her hand on his shoulder and she goes, "We were working, and it's like it's there, but it's nothing. Don't you see?"
Did you weave the mist into a fucking painting?
Can we not see the forest?
I have no idea what's happening.
Is that what you did? Did you try to weave the mist into a fucking painting?
I
It
was
was normal
just
shit.
I was just painting. I was painting, and then it stopped being something. It stopped meaning something. I don't know what's happening. And as he kind of like continues to like spiral a little bit, Chiron comes over. He's running like full sprint, and he kind of slows down as he gets there, and he goes, "What's going on here?"
I think
This guy's
I'm having
having a big breakdown. Something with the painting. I can't see what it is. He
Can't
says
see
it meant something while he was painting it. Now it doesn't mean anything. I don't know. I'm not the magic type.
I think I might have an idea.
What?
Oh?
There were 8 figures when we had that dream, correct? And I believe it might have been, well, I might be wrong, but the 9 muses, something might have happened.
The muses.
The 9
Don't they
muses.
do creative stuff like that? So if they went away, then I guess
What
maybe
is the issue? What's going on?
Okay. As I explained, he is having a full. I'm pretty sure this is what people would call a mental breakdown. or just a full-blown panic attack, but he said that this painting meant something while he was painting it. She's been painting for weeks, and now it means nothing.
And you see Chiron go over, and he's looking at it. And all of you know, Chiron is at least a couple thousand years old. He is like a purveyor of art. He's super wise, whatever. And he looks at it and he goes, I don't see it. I see the painting, I see the picture. I don't see anything in it. You said there were 8 people there?
Yeah, 8. And Alex said something about the 9 muses.
Alex, you're definitely onto something. Okay, everyone, and you can see that like a bunch of people are like coming out of their cabins again because someone just screamed bloody murder as they're like trying to calm down from something that scary that already happened. And he goes and he waves his hand and he's like, everyone go back to your cabins, everything is fine. And everyone is sent back, and he goes, okay, I don't know what is happening. I think Alex was very close. I can't see this painting. You can?
Yeah.
I mean, he kind of looks to Calidora and Nico. You guys are more magically inclined than I am. I don't use any of it. I don't have access to it. What do you guys?
You don't see the fucking oars, like the flickering oars around all of you. Not you, Odysseus, or any of us, but like Chiron and the other Apollo kids.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Well, let's hope the Oracle has some answer to the madness that this camp's been thrown into.
I agree.
I'm going to bed. Someone wakes me up again. I am hitting them over the head with the flat of my goddamn blade. He sheathes it again and walks back to his cabin.
I swear to God, that guy has only one foot.
That is everyone should try once more to go to bed. I will deal with these campers, and you all meet me in the blue building in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Play.
Okay. Nico once again makes his way to the camp. Now he still has his cup of water. He didn't waste it yet. Goes through the process again. Then he lays in bed.
Incredible. Does anyone want to do anything before we go to the next day?
Odysseus, he still has his sword. This time, he's not leaning it up against the bed post. He kind of lays it underneath because he has a sheath on it. Which, thinking back on it, it's kind of surprising how Apate just grabbed his sword with the sheath on it and tried to throw it at Nico. Like, why did you do damage? Just take the damn sheath off. Never mind.
Okay.
And he just puts it under his bed. Puts it under the, not bed, but pillow, and just falls asleep. Just fucking entirely done with the day.
Awesome. So, okay, you guys are finally able to get some sleep. And you do unfortunately wake up early in the morning. It kind of in like a little pattern, Alex. You're woken up, and then Calidora, and then they go over to the Hermes cabin, and one of the satyrs is waking you guys up, and he says, "Okay, Chiron wants you guys to go over to the big building." And you all make your way there, and there's breakfast on the table, this breakfast is way better than like what you guys get to eat. There's like ambrosia on the table. There's some actual food for you, Alex, because you can't drink ambrosia.
Actually, Ambrosia's food, not drink. I said, actually, Ambrosia's food, not drink. Sounds like you need to brush up with your demigod knowledge.
You're so right. But yeah, so you guys are kind of treated to like a very, very good, for those of you that can have ambrosia, a very good breakfast, and still a pretty good breakfast for you, Alex. And eventually Chiron comes down and he goes, all right. As many of you know, a quest is not a quest until the Oracle says it's so. But only one of you may go up to the attic and speak. If you want to discuss between you who it will be, I will give you time. But when you're ready, send whoever is going to do so up to the very top of the building.
All right.
I nominate
Okay.
Alexandria.
What's the opposite of nominate?
Denominate?
I
I don't know.
denominate Nico.
Yeah, I don't want to go either.
Yeah.
Cool.
That, and I don't think
That is
people
probably
are
the
pleased
one
snide
time that
remarks.
we agree on something. We're getting better.
Yeah. Step by step.
I give them a
Um,
thumbs up.
Alexandria is a good choice. Let's fix that shit out about the muses. Caldora, what's your say?
Alexandria would go.
Alright, well, votes
If
are
Alexandria is
cast.
cool with that.
There you go, Alexandria. No one wants to do it, so you will. Nice.
Wonderful. That's wonderful.
British people. I say that out loud.
Bloody spiffing.
You guys look at Nico and he is eating wood.
What?
Oh.
Yeah.
He's just putting it in between the slits of the helm.
Yeah, it's just a piece of oak.
Great.
No, never mind.
Okay, Alex, are you gonna go on up to the top?
Yep.
Awesome. Incredible. It's about a 3-story, it's a pretty big house, it's about a 3-story house. And so you walk up all the stairs, and you see Chiron, at the very top, and you can see, you know how in like old attics, they have like a small opening, that like has stairs that lead up? You can see he's doing something like a small magical ritual before he grabs the hoop that sits there and pulls it down, and these kind of like really dirty, like eternally dusty steps fall out. And Chiron just kind of gives you a nod.
I nod back at him really cool.
For sure.
And then I go up the stairs.
Awesome. Okay, so you go up again, like these eternally dusty steps. Like the dust doesn't even go away as you like step on them. And the attic is full of boxes and clutter and broken swords and shields that just haven't been repaired, and probably will never be since they're just fucking sitting up here. Just all kinds of shit. And in the furthest corner, slouched over like a Halloween decoration that's like meant to like pop up and scare like 5-year-olds who are reaching for candy, is a figure with very stringy hair. Its entire body is like, old is not even a word. It's like, it's decrepit, like mummified almost. With like its very sunken jaw, and you can see like each singular rib. Its clothes are like super tattered. And as you approach this figure, and the hardly, like, somehow barely living oracle, the bones begin to, like, crack and pop and move as its jaw falls open and its eyes begin to, like, glow this, like, gross, sickly green. Tell me, P, who or, like, what voice would Alex hear coming from the oracle?
Probably like the voice of Artemis.
Okay, incredible. That is so good. Awesome. I'm going to post this in the Lauren stuff chat for anyone who wants to read it. He, why don't you read this for us in your best Artemis voice?
God. Okay, I don't know what Artemis sounds like, so. What do you think Artemis sounds like? I'm just gonna. 9 pillars crumble at the foot of an empire. As the serpent consumes the torch keepers, their gifts shall die. Go west. The candles lie in the city of angels. You shall extract the venom from the wound, and see once again that the monster will not kill without the mud and breath that sustains it. Should you fail to prevent a constriction, it shall be as Pyrrhus' victory, and Prometheus shall weep.
Oh, take it on.
Oh my god.
Shut the fuck up.
Sober episode.
Crossover.
One crossover episode we're allowed to do.
Yeah. America is actually just, like, right above the map. You know, like, we can't. Yeah. So, as you hear those words spoken to you, the oracle kind of retracts itself and its bones, like, click back into place and it slouches over once more. And you kind of just have to go back downstairs and act like that wasn't gross and creepy.
That was really gross and creepy, and I didn't like it.
That's not very good pretending it wasn't gross and creepy.
Yeah, I never said I would pretend in Night Matrix.
Okay, so, Chiron is downstairs with, like, the rest of you, and he has his arms crossed and he's leaning back and just kind of, like, very patiently waiting for you to come back down.
Before, like, Alexandria comes back down, like, Odysseus kind of looks around and says, how much you guys want to bet she comes down just, like, insane? I've heard that can happen. You talk to the all.
Oh,
I'll
that's
take
totally
that bet.
happening.
I'll bet you one gold piece that she doesn't go insane.
We don't use gold pieces. This is not D&D.
You need a drachma?
And money.
Drachma. Whatever. Sorry,
One
I got
gold
caught
drachma,
up in the
okay.
D&D.
I can bet you 2.
2 drachma.
I'll bet you 5.
I bet $1.
He pulled out a crumpled dollar bill.
Okay, so
yeah.
hold on. Can we just, like, combine the bet pool? We've got 1 American. Wait, is that even in American dollar?
Yes.
Okay. It's weird you'd be, like, spiteful and give a fucking Canadian.
Yeah, no.
Euro.
And then,
Yeah, it's...
if I'm
Oh my
correct,
god,
we've
it's a
got
coupon.
how many drachma from the 2 of you?
One
How
free
many-
meal.
5.
5 from you. Caldor,
2.
how much from you? 2, okay. I'll bet, like, 3, since that's all I have.
Alice comes down the stairs and she's not insane.
Fuck!
Yeah, fully.
Wait, how are you gonna pay us if you only have 3?
Here. I'll just give each of you 1, and then as we keep going, because this is bound to be a fucking adventure now,
Damn it.
I'll pay you all back.
I lost 1 of my
I don't think-
$5.
I mean, you can just buy me hair dye and I'll be fine.
Thank you for being easy.
Okay, Alex, as you come back down, what do you tell everyone?
I see a bunch of money exchange hands. I'm like,
Yeah.
were you guys betting? Were you betting on something?
We were betting on if you were gonna come down insane or not, and I lost.
Yeah.
We don't know
Okay.
that, yeah, actually.
I had faith in you, girl. I give her a thumbs
Yeah.
up.
Thank you. She
So
said
thank
that.
you.
Okay.
You made
She
me.
said-
You made me a drachma.
I give her a look of veiled disgust. And then I say, she said that 9 pillars will crumble at the foot of an empire. As the super confirms, the torch keepers, the gift shall die. Go west. Candles line the city of angels. You shall extract the venom from the wound. And see once again the monster will not kill without the mother breath as it stays. It should be felt to prevent destruction. It should use Paris' victory and Prometheus shall wait.
I want my dollar.
Damn, Eminem for real. I don't say that.
God. Wait, you said something about a city of angels, right?
Yeah,
I think we're
that
gonna go to
sounds
Los Angeles.
Heaven.
Yeah, Los Angeles.
Oh yeah, Los Angeles.
That's to the west, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
We could go to LA.
Okay.
Wait, we're getting out of the
Tyra
camp?
nods-
Yeah, that's
Tyra
a
nods
quest,
that it
buddy.
is- That confirms it. Congratulations. You all will be going on a quest to Los Angeles.
Oh my gosh. I don't care. Los Angeles is kind of
Before I
lame.
die, I am haunting this game.
Why am I part of this? I don't go to this camp. I'm not under your rules.
Hopefully Odysseus gets better gambling skills.
Yeah.
We're getting out of the camp.
Because everyone gambles in Los Angeles.
I know so little about the outside
I
world.
will.
Yeah, so he's kind of sitting there as you guys talk, and he's just like pondering stupidly, I don't know. And he nods his head and he goes, "Okay, well, you must go as soon as possible. I will have your equipment ready by noon. I suggest you all go pack up what you need and prepare to say your goodbyes."
Wait, I don't do this shit. I'm not a camper. What we just get some old lady in an attic tells us what to do and we have to do it? I don't know what to do. We're just going to Los Angeles and see what happens?
You were the one who went up there.
I'm
I
gonna
told
go.
you guys
Yeah,
to
look,
I'm
I
gonna
think
go
it's
get
more
my
of a
stuff.
godly rule than a camp rule, you know what I mean? Like, you're still under the jurisdiction of the gods.
That's like
Kind of
not true.
happens.
I'm
So
gonna
you're
go grab
saying
my
that
stuff.
your
I get
god
out
is
of the
god.
room.
He fucking leaves. That's me for real. And then she leaves too.
Before you leave, Chiron kind of speaks up and he goes, "Alex, stay here for a moment."
Okay.
I didn't know
Balded.
people could refuse quests.
Alright, well,
I
I'm
think
just
you
gonna
know
go
it's
pack up and say my goodbyes. I'll see y'all in like an hour.
Alright,
yeah.
sweet.
That's gonna take me a while.
Ugh, I love crumpets. Teen crumpets. I want some teen crumpets right now.
Yeah, those are Alex's inner thoughts. So as everyone else kind of leaves, Chiron is like rubbing his temple and he goes, "I know that you hold no allegiance to me, nor this camp, nor to any of them, but you are by far the eldest of them, and you have been called upon. You should know more than anything that when a deity calls upon you, it is not wise to deny them your presence.
I suppose.
All that I ask of you is that you will do your best to not let them die. I don't think a single one of them has stepped foot outside of this camp in the past. I think about 6 years is how long the oldest has been here.
Wow, why are you keeping them in? Wouldn't they learn better like out in the world? That
They
seems like
have nowhere else to go. Or
well, they could join the Hunters of Artemis. We have a very good plan.
I suppose that they could. I don't
Well,
think that
the men
that's
couldn't.
really a job for everyone. I'm just saying that you're the oldest, and you may not trust me, but I have faith in Artemis, so I will not be sending a satyr along with you all.
What the fuck? Okay. Is Mr. D in the room?
Yeah,
I gave him a stink eye for no reason.
he gives you a stink eye.
Whatever.
Thank you.
I turn and I walk out in a huff. Bull to die.
Okay, guys, for most of you, literally all of you except for Alex, how are you going to spend your last day at Camp Half-Blood? And for our campers, what clothes are you guys wearing now that you don't have to wear the camp uniform?
Odysseus has never worn the camel boots.
Hold on.
He's always just had his own and just washed them every day. He doesn't give a shit. He has enough free time. But I guess with his kind of last day, he's gonna spend it just getting a last spar in with Luke.
Period.
Just like he's not gonna have someone who's gonna be able to contend with him for a good long while in sheer sword play. So he just wants to have one last good spar before he leaves.
On the stream, you can already see the clothes. It's in images. The first, like the image that I sent, the first one for Nico. The Cerberus the Cerberus hoodie.
Okay.
That's it. I think the image speaks for itself. Next one.
Yeah. I got it. I found a Pinterest image.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! That's really pretty.
Okay, like coquette, like it's giving like 1920s train conductor.
It's giving Gyros. It's giving like
I'm off to serve in World War II, except I'm sexy.
Pearl Harbor fan.
I wish you had given this example earlier. I would have drawn a Colidoro with these clothes.
TD, on my way to
would've
bomb Pearl
just
Harbor
got
with the Japanese.
It's no problem.
Get ready with me to New Hiroshima.
But also, actually, like one more thing, like Odysseus does also make it an effort to pack some hair ties for himself, because there's no way he's just letting this shit all go down the whole adventure.
Okay. Apate is going to put her hair up into a ponytail, and she's so unfortunately not good at style.
Oh.
Poor girl. So she pulls out like a white button-down shirt that she probably got from Goodwill.
Oh.
And she's like, this is awesome. And she's like, do people wear ties anymore? Do people wear black ties? Is that a normal thing? She's so fucking confused. She's trying her best. She puts on a tie, but she quickly sees that everyone else is wearing normal clothes. She quickly takes off the tie and puts it away.
Like a necktie?
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah, like a necktie.
Does she know how to tie a necktie?
Yes.
Guys, it's so hard to tie a necktie. Oh my gosh, actually this one
Oh
time.
no, it is.
Guys, listen, quick aside. For I had to do like a debate tournament, and I have like a crush on the guy who I'm partners with, and he did my tie for me, and it was so intimate. He was like doing my tie.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Now actually, he can never listen to this episode now, because then he'll know.
then he'll know you were fiending about it.
Incredible. Is that everyone?
And she's wearing black pants.
Actually, I wanted to add one thing for Nico. If anyone is kind of like looks at him or like watches as he like prepares his stuff, you'll see in Nico beneath his bed, he just pulls out a PS2 and a copy of God of War 2. He's just bringing with him.
He's putting it in his bag?
No, he doesn't have a bag. It's under his arm.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
And also the chains, the weapons that he used.
Okay, period. Yeah. So, all of you, Alex, I'd say you, Alex and Odysseus, you're pretty much the only ones that constantly carry your weapons with you or like have it nearby. But the rest of you can go and grab your weapons from the armory when you want to. And yeah, so unless anyone has something specific they want to do, we can skip ahead a little bit.
Okay.
Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Big
Um,
now.
I'm gonna say, I pack my things. I pick a small object off the ground,
Oh.
and when I come back, okay, I'm wearing black pants and the white button down shirt, and I look like a nerd. And
What the
there's
fuck?
you guys think I'm wearing a tie, but then you realize it's actually a ferret.
Yeah, it's a ferret.
ferret?
There's a ferret, and he's crawling around my shoulders.
Yeah. Ferret is like, his name is Ferret. So
His
Ferret
name's Ferret.
is kind of like hanging around your neck. And he has his little face kind of like nuzzled up against like the back of your ear. It feels weird, but he's happy, so who cares?
Why is there a
I'm ready to
ferret
go.
in your neck?
This is my ferret. His name is Ferret.
All right.
I give her a
can I-
thumbs up.
Name.
Cute.
Is it for? Are you
it.
are you raising it to eat it?
No.
Eat it?
Why would you eat a ferret?
There's meat on it. It's an animal.
No, you don't eat all that.
That's certainly true.
All animals can be eaten.
Even
That is
humans.
also true.
Okay.
If we get
No,
desperate,
this-
we'll consider it. I guess.
This is a
No.
no.
That's a
This
pet.
is my friend. I would sooner eat Nico. Nico has more fat, anyways.
Oh, damn.
My god.
First
Nico, I
of
wouldn't
all,
take that if I was
completely
you.
understandable.
Just so non-confrontational. Nico,
It sounds like a good idea, but it feels like he tastes like sewage. Is that just me?
Nico.
He would probably
Uh,
taste like
I think he
sewage.
tastes burnt.
Nico, as you're leaving your cabin, you have your fucking PS2 and your God of War under your arm.
Just bring it with
and
him.
Yeah. there are no outlets or TVs in this camp, so he was never able to play God of War. In the camp, I mean,
Is that a gift from his father?
from his uncle.
The PS2.
Yeah, from his uncle. Get it right. Nico, as you walk out, you see Manic. He does still, with the string in your pocket, he seems a little hesitant to go towards you. But he does eventually work up the courage. And Manic, it's kind of your fault that he's not like trained. But he is, he's your dog, so as far as you're concerned, he's a good dog. And he walks up, but it's not like an affectionate, like, a dog rubbing up against your leg. He just kind of sits there and he, like, looks at you.
Mm-hmm. Like, Nico kind of looks at him. Yeah, I think you're sick or something. I don't know. I'm going to take care of that later. Like Nico like goes into like kind of to pet him. Like he bites his hand. Yeah, that's the classic
Manic tries
That's
to
the
bite
classic
you.
Manic. Like,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
he
go
loves you
now.
so much.
Don't eat anyone, or do I don't even care.
Incredible. Such a heartfelt moment. Yeah,
Man,
so
it just
it's
runs off and you hear screams.
Perfect. It's about 8 p.m. now, so the sun is setting. People are sitting around the campfire, sitting outside the cabins, watching and waving and smiling. Nico, you can hear the Hephaestus kids as you pass by. They're like, I can't fucking believe the annoying kid gets to go on a quest before me. And you can all see Mr. D in his, like, he's changed now from his robe to, like, his usual everyday clothes. He has the purple shorts and the cheetah print fucking Hawaiian shirt and just, like, the heaviest gold chain ever. And he's kind of standing beside Chiron, who walks up with satchels, because you guys have, like, book bags, but they're not, like, good enough to carry the stuff you need with you. So he kind of hands them out, and he kind of gives you like a weird look, Nico, as he sees like the PS2 in your arm, but he doesn't say anything. And he goes, inside your bags. Why is he British all of a sudden? Ignore that. And,
It's infectious.
oh my god damn it, T. He
What'd I do?
goes, you made me British.
Oh
It's
my
a
bad.
viral infection.
Yeah. He goes, okay, these are the supplies that we can offer you. There are drachma, dollars, some ambrosia. We even managed to get some moon water for you, Alex.
What the fuck is water?
Careful. You would know that moon water, there's no like healing potions in this universe. It's not really like that. Ambrosia and moon water are going to function
Okay.
essentially like your healing potions. Because you cannot have ambrosia. I gave you something else. So that you can chill. Yeah, and he goes, we even managed to get some moon water. Be careful. Fight courageously. And remember that you are a team now. And he like kind of looks at the three fucking Hermes cabin kids.
I give him a thumbs up.
Odysseus looks straight at Nico.
And
Nico was not paying attention.
And Chiron goes, but remember that you will always have a target on your back once you leave this camp. And he looks especially over at Nico and Odysseus.
Nah, don't worry. We're gods. We're tomorrow.
And
Wait, I have a
not
question.
God.
Go ahead.
I just take the
Do we know Nico and Odysseus' parents?
It's
Technically, no.
So no. They have, everyone has, it's kind of like an unspoken thing in the camp. Like, Nico, to everyone, is obviously Hades' son, and Odysseus, there's only, like, technically water is not something that's, like, limited to one god, but people kind of assume that Poseidon is his dad, but they're not claimed, so nobody can actually say it, you know?
Okay.
And like, you can't just be like, oh yeah, you're Poseidon's son. That's
And
but yeah,
oh.
Chiron just kind of side eyes them.
So
at Nico's comment of being gods, he just grabs the pommel, just bangs it over over like the back of Nico's head.
how we
Like,
get there?
it makes like bang noise, like Nico doesn't even react.
These
How
two
are
are
we getting there? Are we taking a
comedic
plane or a
duo.
bus or a train or what? I feel like I'm trying to Australian.
You will have a kind of an assorted journey. You will, for the first maybe quarter, be taking a Greyhound bus to Chicago, and then from Chicago, you guys will transfer to a train
We're from going to Chicago.
that will take you on a train, and then you will stay on the train until you get to California.
That's gonna
And-
be a smooth ride.
You guys hear and see, like, you weren't really paying attention. No one, you're talking to Chiron. I say Nico was actually the first person to realize this because he's simultaneously paying attention to his surroundings, but not paying attention to, like, what Chiron is saying. You hear, like, revving, and fucking Mr. D pulls up in, like, a lowrider. And it looks great. Like, it's super nice. And he kind of rolls down the window and he puts like a fucking taxi driver, he like puts his arm out, just super fucking, he's like just the scumbaggiest guy. And he goes, I'm not fucking putting your bags in the back. And he presses a button and the trunk pops.
We're gonna fucking
and Chiron
wreck
goes,
in the first 15 minutes.
yes. Mr. D has very kindly volunteered to drive you guys to your initial bus stop.
I thought he wasn't allowed to leave the comp.
Volunteer,
Technically
voluntold.
not going to. It's very complicated. We will. Good luck to you all. You should really. And he like looks at the sky and it's getting darker, and you know that despite daylight, you'd think that like daylight is more dangerous for you guys, but nighttime is when the monsters get to kind of roam freer in the mortal world.
Like a Minecraft.
And exactly just like Minecraft. And
Oh my god, guys.
yeah, and Tyron goes, I wish we could see you off with song and dance, but it's time for you to go.
Also, just a quick question. Can the gods not wait until morning so that we don't die within the first 10 minutes? Or are we just going full sending it through?
Oh, he's scared.
So scared. I mean, obviously they can't wait. If they could, we'd be leaving tomorrow morning.
Okay, fucker's made your point across. And he throws the like backpack in the trunk, and he kind of takes the sword off his back and kind of just holds it, and he gets in the back seat.
Awesome. So you guys all begin to like put your stuff in the trunk. And Calidora, before you get in, Selena, you've already said your goodbyes to like all of your siblings. And that is like genuinely what the Aphrodite cabin feels like. You guys are siblings. And Selena runs up and she hugs you. Give me a perception check.
Let me look at the stats. Is that -2?
Crazy.
I'm not playing a high wisdom character today. A 6.
Oh, you don't notice shit. Yeah. So you don't notice anything, but she does, like, as she's hugging you, she pulls away a little bit and she goes, I don't have much use for it here, but you'll need it. Be careful, girl. Make sure you don't mess up that manicure. I did not spend an hour on it for it to get dirty.
Be careful, girl. I like the way she said that.
And she kind of smiles and takes like a step back so that you can get in.
I'll see you when I get back. And she steps in.
Great. Yeah, so you all, it's okay. So this is a lowrider. There's a driver's seat, there's a passenger seat, there's 3 seats in the back, and there's 5 of you. So
I'll say shotgun.
yeah, you get to sit shotgun. You're the oldest, and also you got there first. But you do have to sit next to Mr. D, and you can like smell his cologne. He kind of smells like cheap wine, you know, like a wine cooler.
I pull out like an 80-year-old bottle of like old ass perfume and I spritz it around my face. It's like don't have to smell anymore.
Incredible. The 4 of you are kind of like squeezed in to the back seat. You're not little kids. You know, like, fucking, you're 18, and Nico's a big guy. So, like, you guys are really squeezed in. It's kind of uncomfortable. You can't wear your seatbelts, so this isn't safe. And you can see, like, the kids around you. Everyone always gets super excited when there's a quest about to happen. They're so important, whatever. And so everyone is kind of, you know, like a movie where like a car begins to drive away and people like run after it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens. You can see Manic, because he's glowing, You can see him like in the distance, running and running, running, and then he hits the barrier, and has to stop. And
oh man, you idiot dog.
Boom.
like a cartoon character flattens.
the drive is a little awkward. Like no one's really talking that much. There's music on, but it's not like all your guys. This is like the first time you've heard like the radio in a really long time, so that's cool. Usually you just kind of have to deal with the songs the Apollo kids choose to play. And
Odysseus does ask, just like out of nowhere, just like, Mr. D, you mind spotting me a Diet Coke?
no, these are mine.
Fucking
Anyway. He didn't have one before, but you can see he grabs. It's not like a clean car; it's just a nice car, and so he like takes the empty Diet Coke can that he had beside him, and he throws it out the window. And he cracks, like he just reaches over, and there's another one, and he cracks it open, and he starts drinking it like right in front of you.
God, you dick.
What was that?
Get a Diet Coke
You
in
heard
Los
me.
Angeles.
Fucking kids these days, so fucking disrespectful. And he
Coming
just
out of your
keeps
hair.
driving.
I imagine it just because like just out of like fate, Odysseus is right beside Nico. It just has to hear like his annoying fucking laugh.
Ew.
Odysseus
Right, like-
absolutely like elbows him and like you know, like just above like the hip bone, like he does it right there.
Oh.
Dickhead.
Incredible.
Bitch.
So
Yeah, so this is the ride. You drive for about half an hour, and you eventually break out of like the woods that the camp is hidden in, and now you're like on the open road. And it's a little bit longer of a drive. And Philodora, do you like, I'd say that a little while in, you do all still have the string with you in like some way, shape, or form. But you are like, it's like about an hour into the drive, and you're looking out the window, and you're like, huh, what the fuck was Selena talking about? And you reach, like, you put your hands in your pockets, and you realize that there's something in there.
Whoa.
You pull out this bright pink, bedazzled Motorola Droid, which is it's the phone where the keyboard like slides out, like folds out from it, and it has like a kind of wrapped around it this little string with like a little diamond hanging off the end. It looks fucking amazing.
How did I not notice that was in my pockets?
I mean, you aren't exactly the most perceptive of people, so it makes sense.
She could have just handed it to me. She had to put it in my pocket. Oh well. She's gonna see like the music library on this phone.
Oh yeah, totally, absolutely. Selena is like a big Chris Brown, like
Oh
just like,
god.
yeah, she listens to Chris Brown, but this is like, yeah, she listens to Chris Brown. It's like, it's pretty much like
That's foreshadowing
early,
right there.
early 2000s, early like kind of club music. Yeah, it's good music. It's not what you listen to, like you're like on the DL, like a Hatsune Miku, Vocaloid, dork, like nerd cover song enjoyer. But these are good too, you know?
Is this set before Chris Brown's problematic?
I don't know. I don't know when the allegations came out against Chris Brown. We can look it up after the stream.
Yeah.
Okay.
The real
I'm
question is,
already looking it up. Yeah, this is way before. Right now it says
Great.
2022.
Oh, that's
That's
not
happened.
true. That's definitely not true. Whatever, guys.
That was when a lawsuit was filed.
Shrug. Yeah, so you guys, instead of having to walk like 3 hours through a field, you get to your first bus stop, and he goes, I can't leave this car, get the hell out.
2009.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Mr. D.
Yep.
Alright. And
I give him a
fucking
thumbs up.
Odysseus does like a little stretch with his legs, and he's like, "I'm gonna pop some joints back into place, you dickhead. You smush me up against the fucking car door." He goes to the trunk, grabs his little like backpack, and slings the sword back over his shoulder.
All right. Where do we go from here?
We gotta go to the train, right? Oh no, the bus.
Yeah, you guys are
That's
gonna catch a bus. You're not in like New York City. You never really got there. You passed through it like for a second, but there were enough like city streets that you didn't really get to see like the Empire State Building or like something cool like that. You're on like the outskirts a little bit. It's mostly just like I'm trying to say rural, but there's another word. It's just like a lot of homes. And now
Residential?
Yeah, residential. So as you guys kind of get your stuff, you put everything away, you get yourself situated, you close the trunk. Mr. D is like looking out. That's about as far out of the car he can get. And then once he notices that you guys are all ready and you're like out on the sidewalk, he goes, don't fuck it up. Don't die.
If we do, I'm haunting you.
You are not even the scariest ghost I would have ever come across. Why?
At least I'll piss you off.
He like, you start talking, and he, like, it's a lowrider. It's an old car, so he like is pushing the button that makes the fucking window go up, but it's really slow, and he's just like holding eye contact the whole time, and then he drives away.
I should have flattened one of his tires.
I
Okay.
think you could have fixed it.
Yeah, I think it wouldn't have worked. Meh,
To be honest,
regardless.
Yeah.
It's just funny to piss him off.
Well, now we're going to have a fun adventure as friends.
Him,
don't know you.
Nico, and Odysseus are glaring at each other as he says that.
I don't know any of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't stay at camp.
Yeah, you're off in the woods.
I didn't even know
What if I
who you
just
were.
I mean, I'm not gonna stop you.
Whatever. Let's get that bus, I guess.
Yeah, so totally. You guys have to like go to the little machine and like put in some of your money to get your tickets. And you guys are, it was like an hour drive. It's like 9, almost 10 o'clock. You guys are tired as fuck. You had to wake up early this morning. You had to do all that bullshit. But, you know, you sit down in this kind of inner city place. There's a few, like, not super well kept street lights. There's a bus stop. It's gross. But, like, I'm sure Nico sits on it anyways. You guys kind of all just sit here at this bus stop, impending your journey. And it's about 8 o'clock. We've had a nice 2-hour session. I'm gonna say we're gonna end it there, boys.
Okay.
Yay! Session 1.
Oh my
Let me
god.
set the character relationships down.
No, that was real good.
I also like the idea that Odysseus and Mr. D do not like each other.
Who likes Mr. D? No one. No one.
Oh,
We know one.
Nico does. Nico brought wine to him and they both drink it.
That's so funny.
Like he's like, how the fuck did you get what? I'm not gonna ask. I'm just gonna.
You can drink it if you let me drink it.
Still asking a trusted adult if you can drink alcohol.
I don't think they like each other. I think they tolerate each other.
I think that like okay. So Mr. D likes Nico because Nico exists to piss off Odysseus. Pure spite. Pure spite is the reason why he likes him.
Well, I should end the stream now.
Yeah.
Matrix, you're the DM. Do you want the last words?
As that one gay guy on Vine said while he was sliding down the staircase, you're all going to hell.